Let's talk about the upcoming film, The Whale, starring Brenden Fraser, who has, by the way, received critical acclaim for his performance. And in that same conversation, we are going to talk about fat phobia, anti-bias, or the perceived illusion of said phobia's bias. The Whale is a movie based on a play by the same name, telling the story of a reclusive English teacher living with severe obesity who attempts to reconnect with his estranged teenage daughter for one last chance at redemption. Basically, it's about a gay obese man, crippled by the grief from the death of his lover, who tries to eat himself to death, but still wants to connect with his daughter. That's really all you need to know. Now, Brenden and the director, Darren Aronofsky, have been getting a lot of backlash because they had Brenden don a fat suit, meaning they did not cast, and I'm not kidding about this, you already know what I'm going to say, because they did not cast a gay, obese actor who tried to eat themselves to death and reconnect with their daughter. Now, Brenden himself said, quote, "I am not a small man, and I don't know what the metric is to qualify the role. I only know that I had to give as honest a performance as I can," end quote. That is brilliant. Nothing more needs said. Unfortunately, it does. This is what Aronofsky said, quote, "There was a chapter in the making of the film where we tried to research actors with obesity. Outside of not being able to find an actor who could pull it off, or pull the emotions of the role off, it just became a crazy chase. Like, if you can't find a 600-pound actor, is a 300-pound actor or 400-pound actor enough?" End quote. He also said, quote, "From a health perspective, it's prohibitive. It's an impossible role to fill with a real person dealing with those issues," he argues. Again, brilliantly said. But the woke minority will be heard. The issue is mainly in the portrayal of fat people as sad, disgusting, or with traumatic backstories or lives, which is understandable nonetheless. Up until recently, that is how most of these lives were. And there are people that are doing exactly what is portrayed in the film daily, putting it out on TikTok saying they're living their best life. But by whose standards? Not mine. That is not my best life. I want to eat healthy, work out, and not have cardiovascular issues or breathing issues or the inability to wipe my own ass or bathe myself. Please understand, I know this is not all people. And if you want to live like that, do it. You do you. That's, I'm open to that. I'm mainly talking about the morbidly obese. You know the ones like we see on popular television. I know people who are big and they work out every day. They eat healthy. They eat crap too. But, they are healthy at that heavier weight. The problem is it's always an extreme for both sides. Well, if you need salt on your food, you might as well just eat all of the salt. Well, no, I just want a little. No, you can't. You can't do that. And the argument continues. I said something like this in one of my earlier videos. Actors are there to perform, to imagine, and create their character. Oftentimes, it's impossible to cast someone in a role who has that ailment or mental condition or violent outbursts because 1, it would be dangerous for everyone involved. 2, it could cause more trauma on the person, making worse whatever ailment they were dealing with in the first place. And 3, they are not actors. Now, I'm not saying that no one who doesn't act can't, but hopefully you get what I mean. Thumbs up, anyone? Often actors are very much mentally affected by the roles they play. That's very commonplace. Really, I guess not so much now, but it still happens. Brenden spoke with many persons whom were obese and willing to talk with him so he could get into the role, saying, quote, "They let me know what their diet was and how obesity had affected their lives in terms of their relationship with loved ones. It was heartbreaking, because very often these people were mocked and made to feel awful about themselves," says Fraser, who criticizes previous Hollywood depictions of obesity as one note and filled with crude jokes. Vindictive speech is painful, and it does damage because it feeds into the cycle of overeating. I just left those conversations thinking, hey, this is not your fault. This is an illness. This is an addiction, end quote. I do agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. And what he said was fantastic. Interestingly enough, The Whale is somewhat of a true story, based on some of the experiences of the writer, the author Samuel D. Hunter. Having to fill the checked boxes of perceived acceptability in order to get the approval of the minority is a really scary thing. Because we talk about it every episode, their words have power and influence. We have got to stand up to this wokeness, punch it in the face, and tell it you hit like a bitch. Otherwise, we will actually be watching real life in the movies because actors will be replaced with those checked boxes of regular people that are in the film, only because they had the experience, not the talent. Let me know what you think in the comments, but as always, please be respectful. Thank you for watching Trigger Warning if you did make it this far. If you liked what you heard, please like and subscribe. If not, thank you for listening anyway. Take care of yourself and other people. You are amazing, and we all deserve to be happy. Have a great day.